I'm live and I'm eating. Hold on, sorry. Tonight's pick a card is what are you finally leaving behind? And these are the two objects. They're lighters. And yeah, I was just finishing up my dinner and I don't know, I felt kind of rushed the first couple times I went on live. So I'm trying this new method of kind of easing into it. Happy Friday to everyone who will join me on the live or watch in the replay. If you are watching in the replay, check out the timestamps. They'll be listed below. Pick whichever one you feel most called to. But I'm going to finish up my dinner really quick, and maybe welcome people as they hop on. But otherwise, this is just a chill, self-paced reading, just so I don't feel too rushed. If you're wondering what I'm having for dinner, I made like this chickpea tofu with like frozen peas and carrots, and I made this peanut sauce. It's really good. It's peanut butter, and then I put peanut butter powder, a little bit of maple syrup, sriracha, and coconut aminos. Delicious. I could eat the crap out of this, and I ate all the tofu out of it already. So now it's just the chickpeas and the peas and the peas uh, in the sauce. So just give me a minute. I totally realize now I did like intentionally start the live in the middle of my dinner just because I feel like if I would have waited to gone on my live like after dinner, I wouldn't have done it. Um because I would have got sleepy and then been like, no, but I want to be more intentional about posting and all that other jazz. Welcome if you're just entering, doing kind of a slow reading, like intro into the reading. I can't really see the chat that much. Hi, is that Francienne? That's a pretty name. I like it. Hi, welcome to the live. I'm just finishing up my dinner and then I'm going to get started with the piles and we'll get into it. Hi, everyone. Hello. The reading for tonight is What Are You Finally Leaving Behind? It's pick a card, pick a pile, whatever you want to call it. And these are going to be the two objects, but I still have to get settled in. So welcome, welcome. Talk amongst yourselves if you want, or hop on and off. This will be available for replay. Yes, and if you hear a kitty, it's my cat behind me. Okay. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Ooh, wow, that's a lot better. Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, I find it really hard to get going like after I eat. So I tried just starting the live in the middle of my dinner. I'm done now. So, but yes. So, universe, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and higher beings, please come into this space and protect it and help me give clear, concise, and accurate messages to the collective that needs to hear your message through me. Help me give messages that are important to them, rooted in truth and kindness and compassion. Help me draw the cards for pile 1 and 2, please. 1 and 2. It's pile 1's card. And pile 2's card. Okay. So now we're going to get into the pick a pile portion. And for pile 1, we have this yellow lighter. I've had this thing for forever, probably. Will it light? Yeah. I'm actually pretty good about using up lighters. And then for pile 1's card, we have the sun. Pile 1's card is the sun. And for pile 2, we have this lighter with, I don't know if you can tell, but there's stars, like little cartoon stars. Look at that. I've had this one forever too. And then pile 2's card is Judgment in reverse. And I put Jason on timeout. Oops. Okay. There we go. Sorry to Ukamaka. I did not mean to kick you out. I think I added you back. I'm so sorry. All right. So for pile 1, what are you finally leaving behind? We have the yellow lighter. And then for your main card, we have the sun. What is pile 1 leaving behind? I'm not going to take all those, but the 5 of Swords did pop out along with a few other ones, but I don't want to take that. What is pile 1 leaving behind? We have the Hierophant in reverse and Death upright. Oh, and I got 2 more. And the 3 of Cups in reverse with the Queen of Wands in reverse. Ooh, and the 10 of Wands on the back of the deck. Okay. So, what you're leaving behind, pile 1. A whole lot of BS. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, that does kind of seem part of it, but we'll get into it. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a clash with the culture you were raised in. Maybe the household traditions that you were raised by. There's that's getting left behind. And what caused this it just pushed you too far, pile 1. It pushed you into an ego death, and it isolated you, and it just took away any sense of self-confidence that you had because of the sake of tradition, and it's not always. Hey, Sophia. Thanks for popping in, saying hi. It's not always easy to carry on the traditions of your family just because keeping tradition alive for the sake of tradition seems a bit silly sometimes. And I'm not saying you got rid of all of them, all of the traditions or everything that you go by. It's just there was something better for you in the future and you knew it. There's something better for you out there where this mindset or this culture couldn't follow. You couldn't take it with you. You couldn't carry everything. And there's a sadness here, yes, but ultimately, more flowers in your life bloomed as a result, a blooming of a new life. Something about whatever this tradition is, this cultural thing is, which I'll pull more on, um, feels like it was hiding you from the sun of life or the sun, just any warmth. It was shielding you from things, yes, but it was shielding you from the bad of life, but it was also shielding you from the good and depriving you in a lot of ways of good times, happy times. There's a need to work really hard. I feel like that's part of what this tradition is. And it's like hard work and showing up every day and doing the best that you can with what you have and being thankful for it. You shouldn't aspire to much more. You should be thankful for what you have, live a modest life, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, it keeps you relatively safe on the surface, but also it was just pushing you towards it was pushing you out, right? Because you weren't conforming the way they wanted you to, and they is however it resonates for you. Um, but yeah, let me pull more on what this tradition is. And this is what you're leaving behind. It's the moon in reverse. So this is a little bit more in depth than I originally thought. Um, there's lies that were revealed either about you, a structure, or a system that you were involved in. And when these lies were revealed to you, no, I feel that you revealed the lies and are now leaving them behind you. It's empowering, yes, but it's also really scary. But I think that practice of no, let me not say practice. That leap of faith that you took in leaving this behind and going off on your own, it's paying off. It's the risk is has been worth the reward. Um the universe It's something about being authentic and being true to who you are and what you want that just gets endlessly rewarded by the world, and it goes against everything that we've been taught, right? Especially when it comes to I'm really getting like a overly conservative like household or structure, or maybe even, I've seen the opposite in like liberal households where they are like overcorrecting in a way, and take it however it fits, right? um but there's just like a dogma that is followed, and when you go against it, you may have been shunned. I mean, like, I see you being isolated, yes, from the rest of the world, but also it's kind of like at least you had these people where it's like you had this shared common thing, even though there wasn't a lot of connection or a lot of love. And it was a huge risk for you to leave this behind, to your security, to your safety, to your future, just entrusting that you will be okay, because just leading on blind faith. Yeah, the hanged man, keeping to yourself in a way that is different than just being like physically alone. You're also ousted from a group of people. This feels a different type of isolation where it's like, while you may have been integrated into this group when you were trying to conform or be one of them and belong, your soul never felt more alone. But then when you left this behind and put yourself out there, yes, now you're really alone, but you're so free. There's a freedom in this. I mean, your overall card is the sun, and this lighter is just such a bright, happy yellow. Um, it's, but you're alone, physically alone, but free and still. You have a stillness now. Oh, this is Kitty, by the way. Kitty. She likes to get on my lap during readings because she thinks I'm talking to her. I may have to put her in the next room. There's no more. Yes, this is a conflict card, and yes, it in reverse means the absence of conflict or the slowing down of conflict, um, or deceit. There's an absence of lies, and that feels different than the present or presence, excuse me, the presence of truth. You're in this like, I want to say liminal space. I don't know if that makes sense, but this space in between, who you were and leaving behind, and now you're in this in between space where it's like that person is now gone. That person is now transitioning into a new, brighter, more optimistic human. And but right now you're just kind of in the middle where it's like, okay, well, this person's gone and I don't have any of this internal conflict anymore. What do I fill that negative space with now? Like, what does a happy person think? What does a happy person do? Now that you've gotten rid of that and left all this behind, there's almost a breath of like, you know, I hope that makes sense. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. So you are learning truly and gathering the tools to build the life that you want. to it's a rediscovering of self. It's like without this structure, without this dogma to follow, without these rules that were just given to you and discovering that they're lies and leaving, now you have to not only unlearn everything that you've been taught, but then relearn who you truly are. And that takes a lot of patience with yourself because it's like that part of you, that true you that you're rediscovering, they almost feel like a child, right? They're like repressed in a way. It reminds me of when adults get really, really angry, like at the grocery store or in line when they've just been triggered, right? That's their inner child getting angry. That's their true self being angry, and they're like masking, right? With these rules or this person that they're parading to be, but that's not authentic, like, to who they truly are moment to moment to moment. And it's like all of that, all those masks, all of those rules that you've been following, that dogma you've been following, have been cleared, and you're left with just being a little page, a little kid trying to figure out who they are in the world, what their values are, what do they believe, and maturing from that point. And it's a lot of work to do that. So, yes, you left all of this behind and in place. You may not see it yet, but I think you can feel this sun in the distance. I mean, I was looking at the death card earlier when I was talking about an ego death. Look how far away that sun is. It's so far away, but you can still see it. You know it's there. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it goes. You aren't who you were, but you're also not who you want to be completely yet because you haven't matured into it. You are the person you want to be, you're just relearning it. And the universe may touch on this more in the advice cards, so I may be getting ahead of myself. Universe, what is the advice for pile one? Universe, what's the advice for pile one? Yeah, Page of Wands in reverse. More of what I was saying, especially with the confidence. The confidence is a big one. Three of Swords, and you're grieving on top of all this. Leaving something behind isn't simple, right? Like, yes, doing the right thing is sometimes simple, but that doesn't mean it doesn't suck. Nope, not that one. Wasn't feeling it. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, everything just got turned upside down in your life because you left this behind. This is a very brave thing to do. It's difficult doesn't even do it justice. It's a long journey where sometimes you feel lost and then you get a little glimmer of it, and then I don't know, along the way you're going to have doubts, be like, is this the right thing? Did I do the right thing? Should I go back? I'm thinking of the show about I think it's the Mormon community, where like when they come of age into adulthood, they go out into the modern world and they decide whether or not they want to go back to their community or be exiled. That's what this pile is giving to me. And I think you chose exile. Now, it may not be as on grand of a scale, as extreme of a scale as that Mormon show that I can't remember. Nevertheless, leaving this behind, it's like a part of you died. I mean, I was saying ego death, but really it's like a future that felt sure, even if it was miserable, is now gone. Like there's no like that bridge is burned. There's no going back. And with that comes doubts, reasonable doubts. But the universe is saying to surrender those doubts to them or to whatever you pray to, or even if you reject any sort of religion or spirituality, then I don't know why I feel compelled to tell you to just write it on a piece of paper and burn it. Just get it out of your head and out of you, and know that you are taken care of. You did the right thing for you. And this was very brave of you to leave this behind and to pursue a future where you are seen for who you are in your entirety. Every bad thing, every good thing, and where nothing is guaranteed, but at least you have yourself. When before you didn't have really anyone or anything, truly, like a true connection. Lord Slayer, this is a pick a card reading where in the replay I will post the timestamps, and if you feel like rewatching it from there, you can. And is there anything else that I have here? No, I think that's all. All right. That was pile one. I think that was a really good reading. I think getting settled into the live is the way to go. That felt a lot better than the last couple that I did. Okay. Let me clear the energy and get some water because I am talking a lot. Excuse me. Yes, if you're just coming in, know that I'm filming a live pick card reading. And if you want, you can come back and rewatch it when it's posted, like on the replay. And I'll have the timestamps listed below. You can just pick from the timestamps then. But I feel like I don't know, it's just, I feel more connected, like to the collective when I go live. And while I still will do like pre-filmed readings or daily readings, whatever, I'm also enjoying this format, so I'll keep doing it. Okay. Is there anything that I'm missing in the chat? Hello to all the people that stopped in and said hi. That was sweet. And okay. Pile two. Let's get started, pile two. What are you leaving behind? It's pile two with the pretty star lighter. I've had this puppy for forever. It's like one of my favorite lighters. And your card pile two is the Judgment in reverse. All right, universe, what did pile two leave behind? What is pile two leaving behind? We have Temperance in reverse and 10 of Wands, which also popped out in pile 1. And what else? 3 of Swords, that also popped out in pile 1. And you saw me shuffle. I shuffled like 2 or 3 times, and I cut the deck a few times and twisted the cards around. Queen of Swords. And the 8 of Swords on the back of the deck. What is pile 2 leaving behind? A chaotic situation that caused a whole lot of chaos and grief. A chaotic situation that caused chaos. Anyway, there's a toxic situation, is what I would label this. Um, does not have to be romantic. It could be a living situation. It could be um, toxic work environment. For some reason, I'm getting like a camp. Like if you're like a camp counselor or something, like a toxic work environment at a camp. That's very specific. Um, in this space, you are just what you're leaving behind is all of the judgmental eyes on you. I feel like people in this space judge you too harshly. They're overly critical. Um, they like to disrupt things, disrupt your schedule, disrupt your work day. And it's like on purpose, or it feels that way to you. And you could be overworking a lot in this spot, um, burdening yourself with other people's tasks, taking on too much. But the thing about leaving this behind is it really, really hurts. This is very specific. Maybe you work with children, like you're a teacher. Maybe this is like a toxic teacher environment where it's like, you know, I mean, being a teacher right now, at least in the United States, is absolutely abysmal. Like, I feel so bad for teachers, and I know they're like fleeing the profession just because it's so bad. Like, the parents are getting on to you, you're not getting any support from the administration. Um, Disciplining children is really difficult as well. So, you may work in an environment where just the nature of the profession is kind of toxic right now. I'm also kind of getting like nursing, um, things of that sort. And you had to leave, broke your heart, but you had to leave for your mental health, right? Like there's something about your health that's declining, like your mental health, physical, emotional, maybe even like your, I think I said physical health, but it's starting to affect you personally. Like you aren't able to like put up that wall as much as you tried here as the Queen of Swords. Maybe you've been very vocal about the injustice that's going on, how unfair things are, spoke your truth. I'm also getting that you might have had the last word before you left, got one final stick in, but this is what you're leaving behind. And this is no easy thing, pile two. I mean, I feel it. It's like all over the place. But yes, take this reading, how it resonates. If it fits to your situation. I know it got kind of like specific there, but Knight of Wands in reverse. There's impulsiveness, immaturity, a lack of leadership, no accountability in this space. And that's what made everything so just wonky, intolerable. The Hermit in reverse. Yeah, you never got a moment alone, never got a second to breathe, no time to think, no downtime. I'm seeing like eating through your lunch, taking no breaks, stressed out. If you did take breaks, things fell apart. Yeah, you had to hightail it out of there. I see a sudden departure, no 2 weeks notice. I'm out of here. Or maybe you did put your 2 weeks notice in and then you took all your vacation. Something like that. You dipped. You left all of this behind suddenly. And you didn't feel bad about it because they probably have replaced you overnight. And that stings. It does. It does sting to feel replaceable, right? But I can tell that you cared a lot about whatever this space was. And because of that, it's really hard for you to leave. Again, I'm getting someone who like works with children, who is just naturally happy and like carefree. Like there's a lightness to you usually. And it's just this place was weighing you down to the point where it was hurting you. If this is a place where the money is good, you thought even the money wasn't worth it. That's when a job's real bad. Universe, can I have 3 cards of advice, please, for the collective? For pile 2. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Eight of Wands. King of Swords in reverse. Pile 2. This place is a lot. It's your talents, your gifts could be better used elsewhere. Um, you got out at the right time. There was going to be leadership change or like a switching of roles where they were going to, you know, not treat you the best and kind of screw you over, honestly. So it's good that you got out when you did. These people are full of it's almost like this just vortex of bad energy, and it's like it would have kept dragging you down. And I think you knew that on some level, and that's why you got out. Um, and moving fast was correct. These cards aren't so much advice as they are confirmation for you that what you did was correct. Like it was the move to make. for you. Can I have one card of advice, please, though, for pile two? Seven of Swords in reverse, which also came out in pile one. Yeah, again, this was a theme in pile one as well, where it's you are transitioning from what you left behind, which was a horrible toxic environment from the looks of it. And now you're in what I think I said in pile one was like a liminal space or like an in between phase, where it's kind of like, now what? What do I do now? And it's like the absence of all of this toxic energy that you were pouring into, it'll take a minute for that to be replenished. Give yourself time to heal, to figure out what to do next, and just enjoy this peaceful time as much as you can and allow yourself to grieve the good aspects of this place that you loved so so much and kept you there for so so long. um Treat yourself with kindness and love and respect, whatever that looks like for you, and more will come your way. It's just, really respect this time as the in between phase. So I'll leave that reading there. Um, if you liked the reading, please like, comment, subscribe. I will stay on maybe like another 2 minutes. And if anyone wants to hop on and ask for a personal reading, I'll give it a few minutes. But otherwise, the pick a card reading is done. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace. All right. Well, I'll call it an evening. I hope you all have a wonderful Friday and a fantastic weekend. I'll see you in the next one.